Sometimes it can be hard to separate fact from fiction, especially when so many of the facts we've spent our whole lives believing are actually enduring myths and misconceptions. These common myths seem true because we've heard them time and time again. We may have even learned them from our parents, or been taught them at school. Nevertheless, it's more important than ever to call out the false facts that far too many people still believe, whether they're related to our furry friends or the current pandemic. So let's find out the truth behind some of the most persistent common myths. Number 1. Bulls get angry when they see the color red. Actually, it doesn't. Bulls, along with all other cattle, are colorblind to red. Thus, the bull is likely irritated not by the color, but by the cape's movement as the matador whips it around. Matador is a bullfighter whose task is to defeat the bull. Number 2. You need to drink at least 8 glasses of water every day. You've probably heard that you need to drink 8 glasses of water each day. This claim has become widely accepted as fact, and it's very easy to remember. But is there truth to this advice, or is it just a myth? If you're struggling to get to your 8th glass of water every day, don't feel bad, the quota isn't really a hard and fast rule for healthy living. According to the Mayo Clinic, the amount of water you need daily depends on several different factors, like your overall health, your activity levels, and where you live. No single number applies to humans across the board. Some people may be perfectly hydrated with fewer than 8 glasses and others might need more. But in order to stay hydrated and avoid mild dehydration, you don't need to rigorously follow the 8 glasses rule, simply follow your thirst. Number 3. The Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space. Many people have been told that the Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure visible from space, but that's just not the case. According to Snopes, this false fact most likely developed as an attempt to convey the grand scale of the wall. From low space at 180 miles high, the Great Wall is not the only visible object, nor is it the most distinguishable. NASA images prove you can see highways, airports, bridges, dams, and components of the Kennedy Space Center. And if you go further into space, the wall can only be recognized in radar images, not with the human eye or even with a photograph. Number 4. Bananas grow on trees. Bananas grow on something the size of trees, but the banana tree is not actually a tree. The banana plant, which can grow up to 25 feet, is actually the world's largest perennial herb. When you carefully inspect a banana plant, you'll notice that it doesn't have woody fibers. It has strong stalks and leaves, yet it lacks the trunk and branches that would qualify it as a tree. Another related fact is that bananas are berries, since they don't produce mature seeds. Number 5. All deserts are hot. Deserts are not defined by their temperatures, but by their lack of precipitation. And while most of the world's most famous deserts are indeed hot, there are some deserts that also experience brutal cold. Known as polar deserts, these arid areas can be found in Iran, called Dasht-e-Lat, and northern Greenland, for example. Number 6. The sun is yellow. According to the Stanford Solar Center, it is a common misconception that the sun is yellow or orange or even red. In reality, the sun is essentially all colors mixed together, which appear to our eyes as white. The reason we see the sun as yellow or orange most of the time is because those colored wavelengths, which are longer, are the only ones that make it to our eyes. The other short wavelength colors, green, blue, and violet, become scattered by the atmosphere, which is what makes the sky look blue during the day. Number 7. Brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs. Brown eggs are not significantly different nutritionally than white eggs, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA. The USDA also notes that egg color is determined by the breed of hen laying the egg. And one reason brown eggs tend to cost more is because hens that lay brown eggs are usually larger and eat more food than hens that lay white eggs. There is no nutritional difference between brown and white eggs. However, a hen's diet and environment can affect an egg's nutrition. Although brown eggs are slightly higher in omega-3 content than the white ones, but the difference is too minuscule. The protein and cholesterol content of both the eggs are equal. Although they taste different, and brown one comes with darker yolk are bigger in size. Number 8. Every living thing dies. While yes, most living things do die eventually, there is one species of jellyfish that doesn't technically die. Known as the Turritopsis dohrnii. This essentially immortal sea creature reverts back into a juvenile state after adulthood. The process that lets the Turritopsis jellyfish remain immortal is called transdifferentiation. And it involves one cell converting from one type to another. Thus, when the jellyfish reaches maturity, its cells can convert and it becomes a polyp again. So it can live out yet another life alongside its offspring. Number 9. Going outside with wet hair makes you sick. Stepping outside in sub-zero temperatures right after you wash your hair might make you chilly. And it might cause your hair to freeze. But it won't get you sick. Colds are caused by a virus, and they don't care whether your hair is wet or dry. You cannot catch a cold or the flu simply from going out with wet hair during winter. Conclusions from observations people have made through the years, but this one has not been proven conclusively. Number 10. Christopher Columbus discovered the America. The New World was new to Columbus. But it may have already been discovered by the ancient Norse missionary, Leif Erikson. Historians generally agree that Leif Erikson first landed on Canadian shores almost 500 years before Columbus arrived in the Bahamas. Erikson was converted to Christianity by King Olaf I in what is now Norway. He set sail as an explorer and merchant, but also to evangelize unsaved nations. Attempting to reach Greenland, he sailed off course and landed in Hilland, Markland, which he called Vinland. He spent a season or two in North America before returning to Greenland, where he later ascended to the throne.